Hi guys, what's going on? And welcome to episode 3 of our Rise of the Republic campaign. So, if you remember last time, things were going pretty well. We just managed to siege and capture Neapolis from the enemy, and now we're basically continuing. Looks like we're going to be having a rebellion in the next turn, while the remaining only the Howling Wolves returns to Capua. These guys are going to stay garrisoned here in Neapolis. Now we've basically just got this one major enemy settlement down here to capture this little island, and then we are going to basically own Campania completely, which will be pretty cool. Then we've just got the enemy. The last thing they've got is these troops down in Ilia, in Lucania, and that's this sort of this war concluded, and sort of the rise of the Samnites is sort of well underway. That'll give us quite a chunk of territory. Then we're going to have to be sort of looking at where we're going to go. Here's Rome over here. Yeah, it's going to be sort of an interesting campaign whether we're going to go sort of north or south. And have to sort of start to think about making some decisions as Carthage over there on the continent. So yeah, that's pretty much the situation we're in. I'm pretty sure I've done everything I can this turn. I'm completely out of money, so let's head into the next turn and see how we get on.
Peace is not an easy word.
No, I don't want peace with you. The reason I don't want peace is because I want to capture all of Capua before anything else. Maybe go for peace after that, but you know, they're not in a powerful position anymore like they were. I think we can beat them. So we have rebellion in Capua, where the rebels formed just on the outskirts. So let's just send our army straight through and deal with them. I still forgot to change the weather terrain. Makes it all this laggy. For some reason, these like little autumn leaves are really bad for my computer. So we're just driving the rebels off. We'll continue to pursue them. There we go. Just also resolve the assault. They need to fight just a tiny little battle like that. Stab them in the neck, as you do. Cool. Okay. But I don't want to get this army too involved in combat because don't forget this is the leader of the enemy faction in court, so we're not going to give him too much power and influence. This is going to give him more gravitas and stuff per turn. And send it back there, because obviously the worry is that in our political campaign, you know, with the followers of Jupiter have sort of a little bit of a standing in court, but not a lot, because the Samnites are the sort of clear leaders of the government. We could purge them. Cool. But for the moment, I'm not too worried about them. They're not a problem for us. So we defeated the enemy thing, and it looks like we're going to be getting population positive each turn now, so we should be looking pretty good. And then we can send our army against Pithukausii, whatever that one is. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing this turn. I don't think there's anything else for me to build immediately. No, let's go on to the next turn and get out that stupid weather pattern of autumn. It's really quite annoying. Well, actually, just noticed that looks like the enemy army there, doesn't it? Loitering on the edge of Persania. And they're going to attack me. Seems a brave move. We shall gladly face you on the field, because we have a pretty good quality of infantry with us, to be honest. They have quite a lot of range and a little bit of, we have cavalry as well though, so it's not. Looks like we've got some fairly good heavy infantry, and I think these are armoured hoplites as well, so I really don't think we're going to have a problem. Plus we've got the fleet as well to bring in. I don't think it's going to be a problem for us. So let's have a look at what our situation is. So here's our centre. So we have our troops here. They're all going to come in from this way. So I think we'll set our cavalry sort of about here, so that we can just sort of flank their enemy archers when we get the opportunity.
Your orders.
We don't have any long-range archers, just basically levies. You know, they're like spear javelin men. We'll leave our Lucian warriors as our general sort of at the back, because obviously we don't want our general to get killed. And these guys are a pretty decent unit. We found out in previous battles these medium infantry are pretty good going.
Spear infantry to
And we've got these SAMNITE armoured spearmen. It's the first time I've seen these guys. They look pretty cool going as a medium spear infantry. Good armour, good breastplates, good shields. Should be able to put up a pretty good fight. And we can see from the armour value is actually pretty high. Along with the sort of Lucian warriors. And some of the Hypernian warriors. Should be able to put up a pretty stiff resistance.
awaiting orders.
So we'll block that gap there completely. Maybe just put a slightly further of angle there. We can probably block just a piece of terrain off there, and then have a unit there just to send in as and when needed. And then we've got our troops to land as well.
Javelin men.
Okay.
When in skirmish mode,
And we've got our fleet as well, which we might as well just put ashore, I think. Oh, we've actually slingers. Cool. God knows how they're going to do that. In some complicated way of doing it. Oh, we actually have some slingers. That's nice because I didn't think we had any. We get some more Lucian warriors as well. Send our cavalry out this way. They do have some hiding cavalry, I believe. Some mercenary companion cavalry, some medium cavalry. They're only light melee cavalry, so these guys actually could be fairly tough for us to deal with. Their weapon damage is high, well their melee attack is a bit lower.
Seniors, lead your sections.
Yeah, then they're very well armoured. Could be tough yet. So all their skirmishes are going straight forwards. There's our boats coming to land. That's fine. We're going to get absolutely pelted here. These guys are just going to have to hunker down and try and hold out.
Raise front. Warrior to the shore.
There we go. Our troops are starting to land. Our slingers are coming ashore, which is good. Want to make sure these guys are all committing before I think about targeting these enemy cavalry. We've got better mounts, so maybe we should be able to beat them.
Slingers at speed.
Tie these slingers at the back over there. Send these units slightly further up. See if we can charge those enemy cavalry and deal with them. So, we're about to get pelted by missiles. It's actually a pretty close battle at the moment. I'm hoping we're going to win, but I can't guarantee it, can we? Alright, charge! Oh, they threw something at us. Who's going to win? I actually don't know. Not us by the looks of it. This may turn out to have been a bad idea to charge these enemy cavalry, because I think we may end up losing. And we kind of need those cavalry to win us. So our slingers are going to have to start focusing on their enemy archers. That's what we need to be dealing with. So our infantry are taking so far, but nothing devastating, and we're about to get engaged by the sort of enemy light infantry. All these units on these guys are pretty good. We've got slightly lighter units on the flanks, but these guys, the heavy armoured spearmen, and the Lucian warriors, the medium infantry, should all fare pretty well in this sort of combat against these light spearmen. Not too worried about this sort of thing. I'm a little worried about how these guys are doing here. No, we're starting to get this one now, aren't we?
the men are wavering.
I say, but don't rout. Not when you're winning. You're going to win this combat. Please hang in there. Oh, you fools. Okay. We outnumber them so much we should be able to win this. Let's just hope they can. Nothing I can do for them now. So we're engaged across all this sort of front line. Our missiles will keep firing on these enemy archers, which we're doing a fairly effective job against. Keeping some of our levies back. Maybe we should start to bring these guys up to here, see if we can flank round and start to get some shots on those enemy guys. It's really close, this cavalry fight, isn't it? In even melee combat. God, it's going to be close. Our slingers are keeping up their fire on the enemy archers. We're taking quite a lot of casualties actually. Let's start to push around on the flanks. They've got some heavy infantry moving up against our heavy SAMNITE armoured spearmen. we have still got some more Lucian Warriors in reserve, and we've got these 2 other units of Lucian Warriors now. So let's bring these guys up, get them round in case we need to. I bet it's going to be our cavalry who are away. Close fight. So I'm still trying to get these enemy archers who are just not dying quite as quickly as I thought they were getting. So these Lucian Warriors are also doing pretty well. They're kind of heavily threatened, but we are winning really. It's a pretty cool battle. A much better quality of infantry are holding the line pretty well. Our armoured hoplites as well should be better, faring better, although they've got some pretty good quality sort of true group phalanx units here as well. Hoplites are doing pretty well. And then our lighter units sort of on the flank trying to sort of pepper and harass these lighter units here as well. A bit of a harder time. Our cavalry finally actually won the fight. Cool. So let's just bring these guys in round to the back of some of these slingers at the back and see if we can start to ruin their day. So they're starting to pull back here. Whoa! What are you 2 fools doing? Get your fire on those enemy slingers. That's what you should be doing. Right, since we're actually starting to rout some of these guys now, let's bring in a reinforcing unit right into the middle, try and crack their centre. Having quite a lot of luck against these sort of lighter units. And we've got these heavy sort of spear infantry in the centre, but they're trying to sort of maintain like a phalanx formation, and I think that's where we're starting to do not so badly. Here comes our cavalry. Charge! Whoosh! Knock some of those units flying and hopefully get stuck in amongst the enemy archers. We just want to start routing these guys and shattering their morale, which is what we really want to be doing. No, don't have any abilities or anything I can use or anything like that. Everyone is just fleeing before me. It's just trying to shatter them rather than to just get them to rout. You guys just keep formed up. Could do with a second unit of cavalry, but I don't wish that first one hadn't routed. But I feel confident now we're going to secure a victory from this. We should be able to, as these guys are routing, if we continue to cut them down and kill them, then they should just shatter, and then I can leave them. So we've just got the heavy enemy phalanx and the heavy spear infantry. The hoplites here holding their ground. Yeah, they're not actually doing too badly. Let's see if we can think about starting to flank some of these units. Okay. So there's enemy group of slingers are gone, but the remaining of the troops are recovered and are now pinning down my cavalry with fire. So let's try and get these guys to harass some of the remaining infantry, particularly as we sort of get safety from some of their spearmen. Get these guys round to flank round the rear. If we can, don't get stuck into the combat. Keep coming around, keep coming around, keep coming around. Excellent. And then charge. That's what we wanted, and hopefully that's going to be enough to rout some of these guys because they're exhausted. You know, already stuck.
The battle is turning in our favour.
Okay, nice. Okay, those enemy units there are dead. Let's bring these guys around. We've got these 2 other units, slingers that we can deal with. These guys should be able to throw their sort of heavy javelins at these guys. Should be devastating, which it is. That should be pretty much everyone routed. Awesome. Victory. Didn't take too many losses in that for the garrison either. 291. Pretty easy victory. Most of the enemy army got slaughtered there. Yeah, it was good. I'm pretty pleased with that. Those cavalry units did well in the end, sort of routing the bulk of the enemy missile forces once they were left unprotected. So I was pleased with that. It would have obviously been really bad if we ended up losing that settlement. And that should hopefully be quite a lot of losses for the enemy army. So we can kill them, enslave them, or release them from even more. Let's enslave them. Gotta be careful not to get too many slaves, but a few won't do any harm, will they?
We have war. The board is ready and the peace is in place. There is nothing else except to die well.
I don't know who you are. Is that because they're already at war with the Lucanite? That was very random. Okay. So we're all with a new group of people. And a research has been completed, and we've received our first order bonus there, which gives us a bit of a big order bonus, I think. Which is pretty nifty. So, let's have a look. We, oh yeah, sorted out the remaining of our stuff in Neapolis. The area should just be sort of becoming increasingly Italian, hopefully, which it is, 28.1. And yeah, I guess we'll start to upgrade this place to a fortified settlement. It's a bit of a cost, but you know, our economy is starting to pick up slowly now. Things starting to look a little bit better. We'll soon own the whole thing once we capture this island settlement over here, which we'll do with this army ultimately, which is now looking really quite professional, apart from just some of the units like these spearmen here. But let's recruit a few sort of more quality units if we can. We haven't got any cavalry, so we certainly be wanting with 2 units of cavalry, and then we can make up with maybe 2 units of Lutheran warriors. We haven't really got many of these guys, if any actually. Oh, 1 more unit of Lutheran warriors anyway. Cool. And we've still got plenty of slingers and archers and stuff, so that's not a lot of problem for us. Okay. Ah, looking good. I think let's set out the technology we're going to be doing. I think we completed our first, one with our public order bonus, which is nice. I don't think any of these are anything we need to immediately be researching. We'll look at some of the other ones, possibly some of the economic ones, or some more of the military stuff. Melee damage for fighting Romans and light infantry is obviously fairly useful. Replenishment rate. It's always interesting to see sort of the things you get. Replenishment rate for all armies through morale for armies, and 4% upkeep for first sanctum units. Well, we don't actually have any of the sanctum units, so no real benefit for that. I think we're going to be going for this really, for the 10% melee attack skill against Italians, which is pretty good. So let's push into the next turn. The army. Oh yeah, it's pulling back to capital. I've forgotten about those guys. Stupid. The enemy, whatever he is, nobleman, trying to perform some sort of sabotage or bribe or something like a dastardly trick. Are they the guys we're at war with? I can't even remember who else we're at war with now. I think it's only one other faction we're at war with. New settlement potentially increasing rebellion chance. Oh, that's not very helpful. Guy's rather a pain, isn't he? So apart from that, this unit seems to be going well. We've got a nice army up there. Now almost a full strength army there. So we got more stuff constructed at Neapolis. This is excellent. We'll probably dismantle this building. It doesn't need a warrior's lodge, really, I don't think. No, we have a meeting ground. And we have stables. I just don't think it's necessary. So we'll knock that down and build something else there instead. It's going to be more productive for us. Faction is destroyed. Some units were recruited, we know. And companion has an unhappy populace. But that's an improvement from what it was, I think so. Oh, he's incited minus 13 public order. Wow, thanks. Thanks there, man. And there's an army there as well. So let's have a quick look who we are at war with now as well. So that's faction ownership, diplomatic status. So we're at war with these guys. And the 2 Neapolis units down here. Strange. Oh, Tarsus is obviously a huge person we're going to have to deal with at some point as well. It's going to be a tough one. Okay, I don't know if there's a lot else to do this turn. We have a bit of money we could spend if there's anything worth upgrading, but pretty much everything I've got that can be upgraded has been upgraded, so I'm not really short in that sense. So we might as well group 1 more unit here. And then push into the next turn. Let's see if anything bad happens. Clouds are all in the way. I guess soon we're going to be heading back to in autumn, and then we'll have the bad weather again. So disruption. Oh, it's just doing that every turn now, is he? That's kind of annoying. Yeah. Well, I guess they're spending money to do it every time, so nothing I can really do about it. I can't really hurt him because I'm not capable of killing him. There's a chance to sort it actually really low. I'm more likely to be wounded than I am to actually hurt him.
Ready for orders.
There's not really a lot of point in me doing that. So that's all been built. We could build a well, increase sanitation. Probably useful across the province, isn't it, really? Let's do that. And then really we want to be thinking about getting this army over to the other settlement as well. Anything else that needs to be built? I don't think there is. No, okay. So you're looking pretty good financially. Let's push straight into the next turn. I'm just trying to get the public order now on Capora, on Campania's I sorted. Obviously it's kind of a pain because this guy keeps disrupting everything, which is really quite annoying. I have no way of really countering him either.
Surely, my noble friend, you can see the wisdom in giving a small subsidy to our coffers.
I don't really want military access from you. If I want it, I shall take it by force. Buy it. Okay, so we've completed Mountain Deuce public order thing as well. While I'm here, should we have a quick look at this weather? See if we can turn it off in the options, because it's really annoying, isn't it? Is there a particle effects, terrain, building details, Is there a weather? Cloud shadows, sun rays. No, it doesn't appear to be, does there? It's really kind of annoying. I wish we could turn campaign weather off. Oh well, it's only in autumn that it causes lag. Maybe just a bug that they're going to be fixing it sometime. So we can actually upgrade Neopolis from a fortified settlement to 100, or we can upgrade our original settlement. What earns us more? Yeah, definitely over here. Let's upgrade this place to 100 then. Yeah, make some pretty cool changes. Just use up more food though. Oh, we'd actually have enough food there to do that. So let's do it on here instead. Because we don't actually have that much food available in this place, which is what we need. When we get more growth, we'll place another place to build food. Don't want to deprive that settlement of food. And yeah, and we'll get this one going. So everything building well there. We've spent all our money, but still looking pretty good. Next turn we should get our +12 public order. Should put us close enough, and then we'll send our army across the sea to try and land here. Cool. Yes, end of turn. We could, in theory, build a fleet escort, but soon I just want to land on the enemy shore. I don't want to sort of have some naval dominance. I think I'll just stick with the current plan. Wait for the turns of the various people to flick round, and then we can maybe get our army moving. A child is born. Wonderful news. The Illyrian pirate fleet has been raiding the shores of Sinus Aventus. I'm going to deal with them sooner or later. Oh, that is not a problem for me, and miles away. No, nothing to do with me. Okay, so how are we looking over here? Oh, so we can upgrade our well. So now they go from, or should we be upgrading the village over here? Oh, we can actually really make this. A farm Pegasus. What's the difference? Use a lot more food. +1 recruitment capacity. No, we'll be having a farm one, definitely. That gives us +10 food. That will solve all our problems. That one. We've just got to have sources of revenue researched. Okay. Faction encountered. Illyrian pirates. Brilliant. Tribal Confederation, the Etruscan League, and we have built our well. So it's our well that we're going to be upgrading this turn. So we can add that to a mineral spring, which just sort of exacerbates the effects. More growth, more public order, and so slightly better sanitation, etc. with a little bit of income. Or we can use some food and gain 5% wealth from agriculture. No, I think we'll be doing that one. And let's have the 60 wealth from entertainment. So this army, I think, is just going to set sail now, to be honest.
Advance.
And then hopefully they can land somehow on one of these once we figure out how that works. Because this settlement here has got a pretty large garrison, pretty decent garrison as well, and we've got all the raiders, and we have walls and everything, so I think we should be able to hold that just fine. Okay, cool. Next turn. So we're soon going to own all of Campania finally, and then we can start issuing edicts and stuff as well. Here they come again. Oh, we'll just auto resolve this time. I feel like I should be able to fight this reasonably well. What's 492? I could have probably done actually better myself. We'll get the money out of it. Send the battered enemy army on its way. They keep trying. I guess they've got no other choice. But hopefully they're just going to run out of steam sooner or later. Or if not, as we can, they've only got 2 settlements left, and we'll soon be capturing them anyway. So should just be the end of them then. So our warlord is now another rank. Guys, just getting stronger and stronger. Plus 4% chance of a successful assassination. Cool. And we get the increased unit experience is what I'm going for, because I just want this army just becoming the most professional army. That makes quite a difference. So I don't know how we land here. Do we just have to assault like that? Okay, well we're so easily going to win that. Let's just go for it. Blah, 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 blah. Goes the enemy fleet, and that should be pit controlled by us, hopefully. Awesome. And that then is Campania ours, which is pretty cool, isn't it? So we can start doing edicts and stuff, but first let's obviously just convert this place to how it should be, a village. I guess we'll have this one as a fishing one for a change. We've got a lot of other stuff that's public order. Do we already have a temple here? We have a grove of kittens, curries, whatever it is. We could have a mine, or we could have some enclosed land. How's the food? Not looking too bad. Or an artisan's lodge. Oh, we're already building an artisan's lodge. Oh no, we haven't built an artisan's lodge. Let's have an artisan's lodge. Sounds cool. Yeah. Okay, and we'll just deal with that one in a turn or two. So, in terms of to do provincial edicts, we can have mercenary negotiations and migration, so increased growth, kind of cool, and unit recruitment costs down. Increased public order with bread and games. 10% loyalty to political party ruling this province, or a 15% tax rate. Well, I think in the short term it would be best to try and do bread and games to give us food and public order, because our tax rate will start to go up a lot once we get rid of the unhappy populace effects. So that would be pretty handy, I think. And that, I think, is us for this turn. And next turn we'll move this army back over to Neapolis. Okay. Oh, of course, he's got unassigned skills. Our general, our good old Medix Tuticus, which is our faction leader as well, so it's really handy to have him. So more authority and less corruption. More gravitas per turn. Well, we've got access to some other things now. I don't really need to be doing anything naval, but increased ranks for infantry recruits, or siege, stuff like that. Well, nothing there that really. I think we'll probably have more gravitas per turn, because then that's just keeping our leader as sort of the ultimate guy in our air area. Servius Medicus Tuticus, which is our general, our commander. So I believe his gravitas is going to keep going up, making him sort of a better political leader as well. Okay, so yeah, we're looking pretty good. Next turn. The Samnite hill tribes are rising. We're getting stronger and stronger now in Campania. I'd like to get the rest of Samnium, to be honest, but I think we've got a non-aggression pact with the tribe that owns the rest of the territory, so it's not really an option at the moment. And we've still got Elia there down the bottom to beat, which needs to be dealt with. And we're at war with some other people further down south, aren't we, who declared war on me. So the edict has been issued. An outraged population Campania, making things even worse. But the instability is slowly going down now. Cultural differences are going down because I think we're becoming increasingly Italian rather than less Hellenic, which we are, which is making things better. And provincial instability will go down 1 per turn. And the slaves should slowly drop off as well, so we should be pretty good all in all. We shall soon be back to strength. So what else are we going to be doing? We've got a bit of money, so let's look if there's anything else that needs upgrading. We can certainly knock that down at some point and do something with it. Everything looks pretty good over here, because I want that to be the farm one anyway. This can be upgraded eventually, just need a bit more money. And more food as well, which is the other problem we've got with this. Yeah, pretty much it for what we need to do over here. Really a lot to do this turn, so let's plow on with the next turn. Is what I should probably also be
I have
thinking.
offered sacrifice to Ares in the hope of a short war.
Tarsus has
Even
declared
though
war
I
on me.
yearn for your suffering.
Okay, this is becoming a bit of a problem. I'm beginning to rack up quite a few enemies here. I think we need to be starting to try and formulate some peace with some of these people if we're not careful. I wonder if this is because I'm having too much conquest. You see, I own all of Campania now, so... yeah, okay, this is getting a bit risky, isn't it? Okay, so we've now got Sword Attack 1, which is making our units quite a lot better, quite significantly improved. Oh, we're back in this stupid winter terrain again. Yeah, so I saw the British should actually have a pretty good, because their attack should just be higher and higher, which it is. Now getting pretty great. Look at them, that's 82. So these guys obviously need to think about getting back to proper land. We're going to suffer a penalty in terms of happiness. Population surplus in SAMNITE, cool. We'll be doing just land because we need the food and a construction report. Cool. So we can have a melee workshop. Yeah, another bronze workshop. Why not? Okay, so that's all looking pretty good. Obviously, the first wave of military technology is done. So plus 12% melee attack for all units is really high. That's a massive difference. 10% armor for all infantry units. Basically, makes such a big difference. It's kind of surprising. Or should we try to be getting the movement speed stuff up? Or we can continue trying to work on some of these conversion places and things like that. Some of our economic ones. Maybe we should be doing some of these. Keeping a balanced research policy is probably the best thing we can do, I guess. But right, let's hit into the diplomacy mode. And all these people we're at war with. Why have you all declared war on me?
Greeting and my attention.
Okay, I'm not worried about you. You, I mean, I had planned to defeat you, but I've got a companion.
In the name of Hermes.
Let's make peace with you at least in the short term. One less thing to deal with. I mean, Tarsus is going to be a big place. Why do they dislike me so far? They don't like the Fratani or the Damians. They really do hate me, don't they?
Listen. I cannot say for...
Okay, well, we need to start to get our armies back ashore and probably troops over to Campania. Okay, let's get into the next turn. Get out of this stupid weather because it's driving me insane, the lag that it causes. So that's a Tarsian wall by the looks of it come to cause trouble for me. That's Neapolis, obviously moving back out, but we should be at peace with them now, so I don't think they're going to immediately declare war on me. That's an enemy fleet there moving. I think that's a friendly army. I think that's the Fraterni. Okay. Right, back to peace. Okay, they're just moving on them. Whatever. Household expands. Let's get this guy back ashore as one of the first things to do. I'm trying to start because it should be starting to improve the public order here. Although it should be doing that anyway, to be honest, with the various things that we've got going on. You know, we should really probably be moving south because we've got. Let's pan the camera around. So these are all enemy Tarsian settlements. Now, where is going to be most threatened? See, Capo really should be safe, shouldn't it? I would have thought. I mean, it's still fairly well defended as well. So maybe we should be starting to look to push this army down to the south. Probably be the wisest thing for us to do because we're quite threatened now, really. You know, look at the size of Tarsus. We're going to be able to bring quite a lot of resources to bear against us, I think. And Fretini are not particularly large consortium. Let's continue to invest money though. This place can be knocked down. It doesn't do anything for me. Knock that down. Got quite a bit of money so we can get that expanded. Or we can do the big upgrade to here, which I've wanted to do. Given that's going to be giving me +4 food, we can afford it now, so let's do that. Yeah, that's our troops there. Now at peace with them. Okay, I think this is going to be a rough period in SAMNITE history, I think. Okay, let's see how this goes. So, into the next turn. I'm just waiting for the Tarsian armies to turn up and cause problems for me. The enemy fleet near Ilia. Out of the allied army. Or at least what should be an allied army anyway. Trade is no longer possible, okay. Well, that does remind me, we need to be having a look at the trade situation, see if there's anyone who likes me who we don't trade with. Oh, well, they've lost one of their cities, that's why we can no longer trade with them. These guys don't really like me. Carthage doesn't really like me. So all these places aren't really going to be possible to trade with, are they? Understandably, they absolutely despise me after the recent war and have basically defeated their entire civilization. So the public order is still improving around in these parts, it seems, which is good. What are we going to build? What do we have? What do we not have here that we could do with? I don't think Hilly really improves anything, so I might as well just build more land, I guess. At least we get money from farming and stuff as well. Culture is becoming increasingly Italian, which is a good thing. I could move this army down to Sardinia and then put this army up in Compsa. The risk being that the northern part of my territory is pretty undefended. Particularly places like Pitt Studi or whatever it is up here. Well, it's got a pretty decent garrison by the looks of things. So, yeah, I guess that'll be okay. So let's put these guys over here. And you guys are going to come up over here. Okay. So now we're garrisoning effectively our southernmost cities on sort of the war footing. We could think about raising a new army would be the other option. You know, this is our main army here, this is our sort of smaller army from the Jupiter faction, so we don't really want to be supporting them anyway. But yeah, we could think about raising another army. Compsa. And horse pens actually provide a garrison, surprisingly. Does it also provide food? It actually does. Okay, we'll do that. I'll buy into that. It's cool. Okay, so we've got that, so we'll have a little bit more garrison at Comso, which is obviously the one that's likely to be threatened more than anything anyway. And we'll perhaps think about raising another army. What generals? Obviously, he's a follower of Jupiter, that's the problem. So we're giving sort of credence to these guys. We'll do it anyway. A Linen Legion or a Samnite Silver Infantryman. These guys seem better.
Ready for orders.
So let's get you in there. How much support extra does that give to political situation of these guys? Not too much. We just don't want to give them too much credence, do we? To make it too much better for them. Okay. Still have a strong influence. So let's get this guy recruiting. We've not got that much money to do loads, but you know we can get a little bit at least at the start. Well, one. Okay, straight into the next turn. How long have we been going? Oh, 40 minutes already. Blimey. The enemy fleet's just sort of bobbing around, not really a threat to us. We could consider forming a fleet, of course. I don't know if that's really a benefit to us or not. I guess we could raid the enemy coastline and be a nuisance. Oh dear, trade with them is no longer possible either. We're losing all our trade income. And we've completed animal husbandry. Whichever one that was. So then we get plus wealth from manufacturing. Plus 6 tax rates, and then we're building a salt kiln. Well, I do have a salt place. So let's do that. So these guys, the Tarsians are having a massive expansion to cause us issues. Am I going to go to war? Oh, I don't know what to do. We could try and threaten the Tarsians. Because, I mean, they are being a right pain. And these are allies up here. So maybe we should think about marching this way. Through enemy territory. It's probably not going to have much of a garrison because I've only just taken it. Let's go here. In the meantime, this smaller army of you will march down to Komsa. We'll assist the garrison there, and you guys will come up and attack Hedonia. Okay, cool, we've got a plan. If we can take this and then start to sort of cut these guys off and deal with this, then at least our allies will be able to sort of fight them a little bit on a more balanced level. Because these, there's just too many Tarsians for us to deal with. It's a problem, I think. We'll have to hope our elite army is capable of dealing with it. Okay, nothing else to upgrade there. All this guy's all working. Yeah, it's got all these settlements there. That's building some land over there. Got a reasonable garrison and everything like they say. It's all happy and positive. Nothing else to build here. So straight to the next turn. What are they building? Nothing too bad. So, enemy forces are attacking Sidonia, but they're just so outnumbered, they're just going to get slaughtered. And it's an actual general as well, even though it's the leader of the Jupiter faction, which I don't really want to be having too many battles with. And I just brought crap units. Okay, it's really not a fight I need to worry about. So we can kill them, enslave them, or release them. Well, the money's nice. 1,200 just for winning a battle is pretty nice. Particularly just a garrison battle like that. We'll probably send the army out after them maybe in the next turn actually. See if we can actually beat them just in the field. Pretty cool. Okay, so the Howling Wolves have gained a military tradition. Awesome. And a general. So we can either cut down on upkeep, missile damage, or morale during ambush. Well, missile damage is kind of handy, isn't it? So let's have that. This guy, charge bonus, or ramming bonus. Well, we'll have a soldier, so we'll have a charge bonus. Yeah, let's chase these guys off. Oh, laggy for this bloody weather again. But that's killed that enemy Croton army. Slaughter the remaining of them. No mercy. Okay, let's get this guy back to the city. Which is exactly what we want. Cool. Oh, we've got a bit of spare money now. Go off to do stuff. You should be arriving here. Let's just get you down there. We can always spend a bit of money recruiting more units for you. I don't really want you to just go to a warrior place. I want you to be a farm Pegasus. So let's send the Widowmakers up and around our main army. So he's on the march. A small rebel army there. I'm not too worried about that for now. Next turn we shall lay siege to Hedonia and hopefully capture it. These guys want to recruit a little bit more stuff, I think, to be honest. Get a little bit of an army going there. Yeah, we've got a bit of money to spend. We could upgrade this house to a slightly bigger place. Have we got enough food here? Yeah, we do. Plenty of spare food. So let's get that upgrading. Give us a little bit more income as well. So, looking good. Yeah, the army's just going to slowly recover. Just check briefly the political situation is still okay, which it is. We lost a little bit of influence because the general gained some, but yeah, next turn. So now, Tarsus. Tarsus is just going to be so hard for us to beat, I think, because they're just so strong. I just want to be able to do enough damage to get us into a position where.
And an end to womanly peace. Most excellent.
But I just made
Ares
peace with you.
favours us above all.
And just defeated a large enemy army in your territory. Everyone seems to be gang up on the SAMNITEs for the moment, which is kind of annoying. The migrating tribe of the Helvetii have invaded across the Alps. Helpful. Okay. So, how are we going to do this? Oh, God. So I think we should just march straight for Hedonia, because I think it's going to be quite a small garrison. Which it is, so we can just also resolve this. And then we own Hedonia, which is the provincial capital as well, so it gives us a reasonable one to be able to defend. We could... No, we'll just... Looting it's not going to help it. And we're getting a military tradition as well. Pretty cool. Do we get any new cool traditions? Well, we do. So 3% weapon damage inflicted by all units. That's a pretty good one, that is. We had the missile damage from last time. Oops. So, dreaded forest ambushers or stalwart fenders, which gives you access to some defences and stuff. I think we'll have the formidable fighters. Should be making these into a pretty badass unit now, to be honest. The weapon damage should really be starting to get up on some of these guys, particularly with the skill level of all these troops as well. So, let's get this place converted to like a fortified settlement, do all the bits and bobs. Court for the... That's right, we can't do that one with the commons yet. Probably just knock that one down, because we'll probably build a military barracks here, partly for the garrison and partly because it will make it sort of a stronger place. We've also got that rebel army probably to look at some point as well. But everywhere else then is looking pretty good. We spent all our money this turn, so there's not anything else we can do. Now obviously at war with these guys down here again. Oh, it looks like the Fraterni have had a real counter attack, haven't they? The settlements they've taken from... Oh, let's flick to a map. Okay, that is an unexpected counter attack against Tarsus. Okay, that changes things slightly. So what have we got down here is an enemy admiral, but only a handful of units. That's not a problem for us. So this remaining unit then, it's probably not going to be strong enough to tackle Elia, is it? No, not really. How many units has it got? 12. No, not quite, but getting close to. Perhaps a quick few more units the next couple of turns, and then try and just wipe these Nopopolis people out once and for all, because they've just been a threat to me from the start of this game. So I'll wait for this turn to end. We'll probably be ending this episode shortly after this turn because I'm going nearly 50 minutes now. Oh, of course I shall move in to assist. Just the enemy rebel army. Yeah, easiest just to get rid of them. We don't want those sort of people in our territory. Just causes dissatisfaction. A great decisive victory. Since they've completely defeated anyway, then we might as well release them just to get the most amount of money out of them. It's quite nice that you get that bit of money for winning battles. It's kind of cool bit of loot. Particularly when you haven't got a lot of money, it's pretty useful. Okay, so our warlord has increased in rank yet again. Our loyal Fratini allies are proving to be very useful. Just have a quick look at the tactical situation. I think they've lost back one of their promises already to Tarsus. I'm surprised we couldn't force a peace with one of these people. But anyway, not to worry about it. So after this we've got Scipius. And then we're pushing south for the rest of this province, having Baronia and Silabom. Okay, that's cool. So we'll just keep this place trying to sort itself out. So we've got a training grounds or a warrior's lodge. Military training or military recruitment. Well, we want recruitment, don't we really? And it gives the garrison a bit of a buff as well, so that's all good. Public order's looking pretty decent at this settlement. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. We should be ending this episode here. We've been running for at least 50 minutes, so we'll be going far too long. So hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, episode 3. We are continuing our campaign. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty decent now. We've sort of established ourselves as a sort of a dominant power. This war with Tarsus is probably going to be the toughest one. But I think if we become dominant here, then we're going to be in a pretty strong position. Although I can see Rome is starting to push a little bit further down to the south. In VA, and down into Latium as well. So could be interesting. Interesting times ahead. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel for lots more Total War content. And thanks guys. I shall see you all on the next video.